Yo, welcome to Hard Pass. I am your host, Jacques Slade. It's the show that thinks Xbox has a good chance of winning this new console generation. Why? Well, because they may have unlocked the key to winning hearts and minds. Controller dogs. Wait, what? And now for some hot takes. Congratulations to Giannis Antetokounmpo for winning his second straight NBA MVP award, which he revealed via a tweet holding up an edited newspaper on a plane ride home from the Orlando bubble. Man, I know that's supposed to be clever and whatnot, but that might be the saddest MVP announcement I've ever seen since Dirk Nowitzki had to pick up his trophy during a photo shoot that looked like he's getting his high school photo taken after being eliminated in the first round of the playoffs to the We Believe Warriors in 2007. Ah well, we can make room for another MVP. I'll see you in LA in a few years, big guy. Football is back, and some teams and fans are already in mid-season form, as evidenced by this adorably sad video by Fox Sports' Rachel Bonnetta. I'm sure Rachel feels better after Cleveland won on Thursday night, but since we're recording this before the 49ers game against the Jets, I might have to record a... Who am I kidding? It's the Jets. We're gonna be fine. For a second there, I thought I would have to record a video of me wearing a Jimmy G jersey hugging my emotional support sneaker, but nah. Fall season is already in effect in the East Coast, with temperatures dropping to what I like to affectionately call tech fleece weather. And what better time to introduce the most East Coast fall shoe I've ever seen since lugs were a thing, the Jordan Spizike 270 boot. From the Wheatus suede upper to the giant 270 Air unit, this just screams early 2000s, complete with baggy jeans and an Anichi hoodie. I use Anichi instead of Sean John or another brand because this gives me an excuse to once again clown my co-writer for always pronouncing Anichi back in the days as a nice, which is maybe the most 909 thing I've ever heard in my entire life. In an interview with Stereo Gum, Alicia Keys revealed that she was ready to give up If I Ain't Got You, arguably her most well-known song, to Christina Aguilera back in the early 2000s. Keys was actually nonchalant about it because if her A&R people had let her give the song to Christina, she could have written 100 other songs just like it. Love the confidence by Alicia, but now I'm wondering how that music video with Method Man would have hit if instead of her, we got Christina from her Dirty phase? Man, that was a time. Do you guys remember Redman was in Dirty? Do you guys even know who Redman is? Anyway, Saturday was Batman Day, which is just another reminder to everybody out there that Batman will always be better than Superman. But it's also an excuse for all the sneaker blogs to talk about the Batman 6 boot that Michael Keaton wore when he was the OG movie Batman. You know what? I take that back what I said about the Spizike boot. These are the most East Coast fall shoes I've ever seen, and I'm gonna need a proper release, guys. Let's get that retro poppin', Jordan Brand. Okay, so this week, millions of people took an L online as their attempts to score a highly coveted item was met with bots, opportunistic resellers, and well, more bots. I'm not talking about the Fragment Air Jordan 3 release, but something actually cool, the PlayStation 5. And I'm here to tell you it's gonna be okay and to not worry about having one on day one. Last week, Sony held a digital event showing off the most important numbers of all when it comes to not just the PS5, but any new video game console, the price, and the release date. Yeah, enthusiasts can get all hyped for things like teraflops and backward compatibility, but most casual gamers just need to know how much money they need to save up and when the box is actually going to come out. Personally, I like to consider myself somewhere in the middle of that. Like, I would buy these consoles right now if I could, but I won't lose sleep over missing out on launch day. And I thought many felt the same way I did. I mean, excitement for the PS5 and the Xbox Series X has been big in my circle of friends, but it didn't feel like it was anything out of the ordinary. After all, this isn't a Switch and Nintendo's not gonna pull some tricks on you and claim it's only going to be available for a few months. I did have a feeling that due to this still ongoing global pandemic that supply chain for the PS5 would be compromised and we might get fewer actual units in hand for the holidays, but then Sony PlayStation CEO Jim Ryan said that there would be more PS5 systems available at launch compared to the PS4. Not sure if I believe that necessarily, but supply issues or not, it never crossed my mind that getting a PS5 this November was going to be a problem. I got a PlayStation 4 and an Xbox One at or around launch with zero worries last generation. Why would this generation be any different? Well, turns out things are a lot different. Video game Twitter for the past few days has been nothing but links and hits on how to get a pre-order. You might think you're slick following Wario64 on Twitter to get a heads up on everybody, but nope, not gonna happen. We're all following Wario now. He or she is a godsend. Anyways, both versions of the PS5 are selling out their pre-orders in minutes, and people are then turning them around and flipping them for double the price. And then the tweets start coming in. Complaints about the pre-order process, a lack of transparency on Sony's part, especially after they started their own invite-only system to handle pre-orders, and of course the dreaded bots and resellers. Reselling a new video game console is a tradition as old as, well, this century. I don't think anybody was making tons of money buying Nintendo 64s and selling them on eBay. Well, that's mostly because there was no eBay when the N64 launched, but regardless, this is an entirely 21st century phenomenon. It happened with the PS2 when you would hear stories of people hoarding those blue boxes in their dorm rooms and paying tuition with their profits. It happened with the PS3, especially the $5.99 version that let you play PS2 discs. The PS3 launch also gave us classic circa 2006 clips like this.
Players here should, if you honestly sat down and took the time out of work at the end of the day to sit down, you should get one. Yeah, and if you didn't, and you got a bum or somebody doing something, then it ain't going down like that, because I'm not getting punked out of anything. I'd rather fight, go to jail, than have somebody cut in front of me. That's how serious it is with me.
Ah, the good old days when you could line up outside the Sony Metreon in San Francisco and make money off of a PS3. I could be misremembering things, but I just don't remember the PS4 reaching that level of scandal in 2013. Again, the pandemic could be shifting expectations and forcing people to go online since there might not be midnight launches for this go around. Then there are the streamers who rely on being ahead of the curve, so maybe they need a PS5 right away for the clout and to keep their subs up. And let's not forget about the kids who need the social media affirmation and cool factor of owning a PS5 before everybody else. Now, these things could be what's driving people to pay premiums for something that will be easily available in a few months. There's nothing wrong with chasing after the new thing and being the first to get it, but I just found it funny that some people were pointing out that gamers aren't used to this. Meanwhile, sneakerheads, we deal with the pain of missing out on a weekly basis. Heartbreak is part of sneaker culture. It shouldn't be, but that's just how it works for now. And unlike video game consoles, hype sneakers rarely get more than one shipment. So this is my message to the PS5 fan who can't get it right now. It's gonna be okay. That's really the message we're gonna go with. I mean, I guess it could be better if I went with the original script, which was, it's not that serious, kid. There's no killer app at launch. Spider-Man Miles Morales will be available on PS4. The hard drive space is too low for an all-digital console in 2020. And, there's going to be a revision that's called something like the PS5 Pro, and it's going to be better in every way. So shut up and quit whining and do not buy from a reseller. Yeah, I'll go with the other one. Just hang in there, champ. It'll be all right. All right, now it's time for the Heat Check, your source for sneaker release dates and happenings in the culture. First up, we're gonna go with the Nike Dunk High Michigan. This drops on September 23rd for $120. Now, Michigan might not be able to beat Ohio State as of late in football, but one thing they'll always have over the Buckeyes is their beautiful maize and blue color combination, and it looks stunning on this Nike Dunk High Retro. Then we have the Jordan 6 Tech Chrome. These drop on the 24th, and they're gonna cost you $190. Now, this women's exclusive pair, it feels like something I need to see in person to fully appreciate and critique. I feel like the translucent elements on the upper are not being highlighted that well in the pictures. Guess we'll see how the public reacts when they actually come out. Then we have the Nike KD 13 Easy Money Sniper. These are on the 24th, and those are gonna cost you $160. So, these are supposed to represent 60s era grooviness and Kevin Durant's smooth game, but I don't think this is what KD meant when he calls himself Easy Money Sniper. I could be wrong, and don't at me on Twitter, KD, but when I think of that nickname, I think of him playing Call of Duty and being the most annoying person to play against because he knows the best spots to camp out, and then he just takes you down from afar. And then we have the Star Wars and Adidas Top 10 High Boba Fett. These drop on the 24th. The packaging of these recent set of Star Wars collabs is very cool, and this one is no exception. I just wish they didn't waste the excellent top 10 on a character as trash as Boba. And I know the people in the comments are gonna hate that, but get over it. Then we have the Rohan Wang Nike Fly Leather Collection. These drop on the 24th. This is comprised of the Blazer 77 Mid, the Air Max 90, and the Air Force One. The Berlin-based artist uses various inspirations and colors to highlight her experience and heritage. And we also get to try some Fly Leather, which is made out of 50% recycled leather fiber, so I'm always into sustainability. Then we have the Jordan 13 Lucky Green. These are on the 26th for $190. These are the kind of sort of Ray Allen 13s. They're finally here without the Ray branding though, and the right shade of Celtics green, but it does have more hits of black on the collar and tooling. Kind of feels like a missed opportunity here, Jordan Brand. Then we have the Nike Hybrid S2 Shishiko. These drop on the 26th for $140. I'll be honest, there are times when I read copy from the brands and I can tell the analogies they try to make when they tie a sneaker's inspiration to the signature athlete. It's a bit of a stretch, but using the Shishiko stitching method as a way to describe Kyrie's kinetic play, it's kind of perfect actually. And then my pick of the week is the Nike Kyrie Low 3 Shishiko. These drop on the 26th for $120. And the same applies to this low-cut signature, but a nice little detail that needs to be pointed out is the Nike SB logo replaced with the Nike BB logo. I wonder if that's hinting at something else in the future for Kyrie and Nike SB. And now, a prepared statement by my co-writer about Kanye's recent tweets about Puma, because we know you crave Kanye content here on the show. I don't give a. And now, for a heat check on the Los Angeles Clippers. They are set to face the Los Angeles Lakers in the Western Conference Finals, like every analyst and expert on television predicted would happen. Woo! Let's go. Battle for the Staples Center in Orlando bubble. This is, oh, wait, what? What was that? The Clippers lost to the Denver Nuggets, a superior team with an uber-talented big man, a rising star at the guard position, and depth at every position? Wow. Did not see that coming. And neither did any of our favorite talking heads. Roll it.
Which team in LA would you think, Draymond, based on your experience, is the better bunch?
I have a hard time picking against the Clippers.
The Clippers?
Clippers, on the other hand, have a team that completely bought in last year with no superstars.
The Clippers not only have the best defensive versatility.
The Clippers, because of their depth, because of their versatility.
The Clippers are loaded.
I believe in my friend Doc Rivers. I'm going to say the Clippers.
So I'm going with the Clippers. And
when you look at the Clippers top to bottom, and I just see in no scenario the Lakers beating them in the series.
Oh man, go Lake Show. Wow. And now it's time for Hard Pass, where we take a look at something in the culture that just needs to go. This week, our Hard Pass goes out to everybody who told a sad, unwitting McDonald's employee that Cactus Jack sent them. Earlier this month, McDonald's teamed up with Travis Scott for an unprecedented collaboration that includes the Travis Scott meal and a ton of new merch on Travis's site. The meal is basically a quarter pounder with fries, a drink, and barbecue sauce, which is strikingly similar to the original McDonald's celebrity meal, the McJordan. By the way, can we talk about these McJordan commercials from the early 90s starring BJ Armstrong, Craig Hodges, Stacey King, and Cliff Livingston?
Ladies and gentlemen, the Untouchables.
The stop in Motor City. The famished on the coast.
So where's Mike? I know these weren't national commercials like MJ's other McDonald's appearances, but they couldn't bring him in even for a cameo appearance since it's a burger named after him? That would be like a new commercial for a LeBron-themed Big Mac, and instead of LeBron, we got Alex Caruso, JaVale McGee, Danny Green, and Bubble Cheese. Anyway, the Travis meal and what it means for the Houston native is actually pretty big. To be the first to do anything after MJ is a unique and amazing honor, but that's Travis's place in the culture right now. He moves the needle, whether it's with his music or his partnerships with major corporations. He has evolved from merely being a sensation to today's generation into someone that is recognized by people of all ages. Even if you've never heard a single Travis song, you now have recognition of his name and brand simply because you ordered his McDonald's meal. And the genius of making it $6, one of the lowest, if not the lowest priced meal combo on the menu, means that the budget conscious looking to maximize every penny has some sort of vague idea of Travis. And that, as Travis would say, is lit. But you know what isn't lit? Turning McDonald's into your own viral video playground. And there were so many videos of TikTok kids and clout chasers trying to prank and goad employees into playing along with the bit.
As quick as I could, Cactus Jack sent me. Do you have any Supreme ones? No. You here for the Travis Scott burger? I mean, I already have butterflies in my stomach. Yeah, it's like the butterfly effect he talks about, you know?
They're over there recording him about this hamburger. He's sitting here right now filming.
Our next
camera off now.
What is going on? I literally walked in and ordered something.
Imagine working at McDonald's and all the good and bad connotations that come with it. We already don't treat our fast food servers well, and especially when they're being deemed as essential workers in a pandemic, and now they have to deal with this nonsense.
Hi, a guy named Cactus Jack sent me.
Excuse me?
Yes, Cactus Jack sent me.
What's that?
It's, I was told, anyway, I was doing the Travis Scott meal.
That's not to say you can't walk into a McDonald's with a portable speaker bumping TKN and say Cactus Jack sent you, but you have to know your audience. So here are examples of when you can be an annoying hypebeast who thinks they're being funny and original at McDonald's. Number 1, Travis Scott or Mick Foley is actually at your McDonald's to promote the meal. Number 2, you are the first person that day to say it. Anybody afterwards? It's not funny. And number 3, they're playing Travis's music at the store. And finally, number 4, the server is wearing Cactus Jack dunks. Anything beyond that should be a no-no. And another thing you really shouldn't do is steal vinyl posters of the meal from the front of the store. First of all, I wanted to get one of those posters to hang here in the background of our videos, but I wasn't planning on doing that until after the end of promotion, and I was going to do it nicely by asking my local McDonald's if they were interested in just giving me the sign instead of throwing it away. Second of all, could you imagine if I tried a stunt like that? I bet the ending of that video would be a lot different, sadly. I have nothing but good things to say about Travis and what this means for the future of his brand and his profile moving forward. I have less good things to say about those who think they're being clever. Be better tomorrow, kids. That's lit. Or that's lit. See, now I'm doing it too. God, just cancel me now. All right, that's gonna do it for this week's Hard Pass. I am your host, Jacques Slade. I'll see you next week, but not before we celebrate Batman Day one more time with the Japanese version of the intro to the 1970 cartoon. Yeah, that thing is my ringtone now. But really, before I go, I do just want to pay my respects to Supreme Court Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg, who passed away this past Friday at the age of 87. Ginsburg was the second woman to serve on the Supreme Court and was a champion for women's rights. She is a trailblazer and the inspiration to so many women that her impact will be felt for generations to come. And the best thing we as allies can do to continue her legacy is to listen, learn, fight, and vote. You will be missed, RBG, but we will carry on for you. Stay notorious. Peace.